Alright, so I know it's a late episode review, but yeah, I decided, so better late than never, am I right? So this episode is called Tale of the Yokai, and dear lord, this is like one of the essential episodes you need to watch for this show. If I were to make it like a top 10 list for, episodes to watch, this would probably be in the top 10, more or less. This would be this would be in the top 10 most essential episode watch list. Don't ask me about the other 9. The show isn't ended yet. You tend to do those after shows are ended. But anyway, so this episode is the second part of the time travel story, and the turtles have ended up 16 years in the past, and they're in Japan. So, of course, we get to see Orokusaki and Hamato Yoshi before they became Splinter and the Shredder. This episode is really good, because this really explores, especially Orokusaki, this really explores what kind of character he is and how you see him. How you really, how he became the way he is. You almost feel a little bad for him. Orokusaki, we discover here that he truly did love Tang Shin, and you see in several moments there he's like, I would never abandon you, I'll go to New York, Hamato Yoshi only cares about the Hamato clan, and that's the thing, what I really like is the, kind of like the lore of what the creatures are, of what the clans are, excuse me. Like, the Hamato clan is probably the last existing ninja clan in existence. It's the last one as of now until we find out that Shredder has decided to restart the Foot Clan out of his anger for Hamato Yoshi. And we find out that the Foot Clan was actually the oldest ninja clan until Hamato's father, Yoshi's father, killed Orokusaki's father, and then he was raised by the Hamato clan. Sounds a lot like Hamato Yoshi and Orokusaki were raised as brothers. If this sounds a lot like Thor and Loki, then don't be surprised, because it definitely does. This episode has a lot of feel to Back to the Future. This episode definitely has a Back to the Future vibe in it, and I really like that. Like, not only get to see like when the timelines are changing, we see like Casey and April fade away in a picture, and there's also like Michelangelo says like, it's just like in that one movie. And I felt like almost he could I almost felt like there was this moment of that we can't name the title of. That was a lot of fun. But no, what I really like is we also get to see Tang Shen in here. What also was really interesting, that Tang Shen's voice actress is actually the actress who played Karai in the in the latest TMNT movie. So literally in this continuity, Karai is Karai's mother. Yeah, I know. It's weird like that. So, but no, I really like what they did with Tang Shen, because we've never really, at least to my, how I remember it, we haven't really done a lot with Tang Shen in here. Whenever we dealt with time travel, we never really got to see Tang Shen and how that character interacted with Hamato Yoshi. We never really saw that on a whole. We never did. So that's what I really like here, is that Tang Shen's character really shines above all the others. I mean, yeah, there's some really cool stuff with Orokusaki and Hamato Yoshi, but you really get to see it was Tang Shen's choice that really kind of brought down everything else. And the Turtles were there to kind of orchestrate their own creation. Again, just like Back to the Future. So yeah, again, there's a lot of reference to Back to the Future in here. And there's some like really dark moments in here. When Orokusaki and, Yoshi and Saki are fighting, and then Tang Shin runs in and, just as he's coming down, just as Oroku's about to strike down Yoshi, Tang Shin gets in the way and boom! I mean, there's no blood or anything, but she just drops down and you're like, oh god, she's dead. And I was like, oh my god, wow, this episode, wow. Like, that moment right there was like, oh my god. Like, you thought they would have, like, cut away from it? No, they again, they don't show any blood or anything, but I gotta give the creators a lot of credit for that moment. There's some great humor in here, like, when the Turtles in here are are thought to be I'm getting tongue tied here. The turtles are thought to be yokai, and even further, they're known as Kappa. They're called Kappa, and they actually use that when they're fighting Foot Clan ninja who defected from the Hamato clan. And they're fighting them. The turtles are fighting them, and Leo says, "We'll pull your souls out through your butt." And Raph is like, "Through your butt? Are you serious?" And to which Leonardo says, "What? That's actual Japanese lore." And I feel like there should be a little meme of Morgan Freeman with his finger up, and that little meme that's Morgan Freeman meme that says, "He's right, you know." I feel like that would be very appropriate for when he says that, because that actually is true in Japanese mythology, that yokai would actually steal and devour your soul through your asshole. The more you know, kids, the more you know. So this episode was just really great. The action in here was very fluid, especially the fight between Oroku and Yoshi. That fight, oh my god, the fight between Oroku Saki and Hamato Yoshi as humans, that was really good, because you really see that Yoshi does not want to fight Saki, because he still goes on the whole thing of, look, we're brothers, we don't need to do this, even if we're not by blood. So, yeah. This was an episode to really like. Once again, I really have to state that I feel like this should be one of the most essential episodes for sorry, I'm getting really tongue-tied here. The new cartoon, the 2012 cartoon. I feel like when this show's over and you want to get someone to watch this, tell them, yeah, go watch this two-parter. The first part's pretty alright, it's funny. Part 2, stay around for part 2, dear lord. But yeah, this episode is just beyond fun. It's really good. I love the moment. There's actually one moment where the turtles are talking to Tang Shen, and Leo's holding baby Karai, and you can see in his eyes, you can see when he's looking down at Miwa, he's like, God, I am never gonna, this is the closest I may be able to hold her for a while. And yeah, there's another moment in here where during when the temple's falling, during the fight between Saki and Yoshi, Oroku Saki runs out of the temple. He sees baby Miwa, and his face is all fucked up, by the way, and he's like, I will care for you. And you can just hear in his voice, big props to Kevin Michael Richardson, the voice actor for the Shredder in this episode, and on a whole, you can really tell in his voice that Shredder, even though he just lost the love of his life, he does care for this child, even if it's not his own. So, yeah, this is a phenomenal episode. I absolutely love it. But you guys tell me, what did you all think of Tale of the Yokai? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Just comment below and let me know. And once again, sorry this episode review was a little late, but hey, better late than never, right? Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.